Fuck, I closed the wrong window. God damn it. Great start. Great start. I closed the chat instead of the video with the music. Oops. Okay, here we are again. Amazing start, as always. Hello everyone, hello Macari, little tweet. I fear so, I fear so. Hello Saint, hello Jester, hello Embre. Hello web user, hello name, hello Ash, hello Wayne, hello Mercury. And yes, you are Fate, we all know. Guten Abend, Wayne. I don't think I need any more, but too bad, here we are. Yeah, like I said yesterday, I want to continue the call with Lio, and there was another individual. This is what we will get to now. So, this individual, Schomes, also has a SCC Wiki fandom site with a warning sign on it. This page is about a dangerous individual, specifically vented to countless minors in the community about his suicidal ideations, as well as trying to recommend a hentai that had drawn CP on it to Fractured Light, who was 17 at the time. It is advised to steer clear of the subject of this page entirely. This page has been protected in order to avoid potential vandalism or drama from emerging from it. If any changes need to be made to this page, an admin will update it as needed. I hope you understand while you read on. This user does not associate with us anymore. So, we have our warnings, our warning labels. We know what we're in for now. Good. So, let's see.
On to the next guy.
Are we reading an ACC wiki? No, we will not read the whole wiki. I just am really fascinated by the warnings on it, because like I said before, I've never seen that on another wiki.
This is Michael Schomes. He had some troublesome behavior brought to my attention in late 2023. This included things like trauma dumping on children and trying to get him to cover topics.
Why would you trauma dump on children? What are they supposed to tell you? Give you life advice?
They had no business doing. I'll admit, I didn't act the best in this call, especially reflecting 2 years out. Or nearly.
Yeah, so this is a 2-year-old call, from what I understand. So it will actually be old Lio call.
2 years out at this point. Recognizing my own triggers has been a journey for me, and one of them is when adults harm kids. I should have had more patience in the call, but the escalation that happened here was due to worse behavior being brought up. That being said, here's the call. Hello, Michael.
Call was mid or late 2023.
Can you hear us?
Yes,
Oh no. Oh no, he has the voice. He has the voice.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So,
Yeah.
let me go ahead and give you the rundown here.
Is that Doodles? Oh boy, I need to be strong.
There's some behavior you have shown.
Kirby, to me.
Biting my lip on how parents trauma dump on their kids. Yeah, and that's already too much. Oh god, my microphone is way too loud.
I'm going to try this again. There's some behavior you have shown.
My apologies.
Oh my god. First
My
thing,
apologies. Oatmeal ass voice. Oh no.
we're going to cover is call etiquette. That means when somebody else is talking, you be quiet. Okay?
Very good, teaching him manners.
All right. You have been exhibiting some behavior that is very troublesome for somebody your age.
People trauma dump on me a lot every day. Just random strangers telling me their life story. I always respond with, "That sounds awful, sir. Now what can I do for you?" Oh. That sucks when that happens. I never know why are these people do this. Especially strangers.
So, I have some very basic questions I feel I need to ask first here. Okay?
Okay.
Firstly, how old are you?
Okay. I can't take it serious already, god damn it.
33. Turned 33 in December.
Oh no! Oh no, this person's as old as me. I need strength.
Alright. So, a few things have been brought to my attention. I often go by the moniker of Lio Convoy. You probably see me bopping around Doodle Tones area of the community, dealing with all sorts of morons, idiots, and otherwise ne'er-do-wells. I am hoping this conversation with you will simply be corrective action so that you can cease these behaviors and go about your business without
Cease and desist from real life, please.
causing more trouble. Do you understand that?
Yes, I'll do whatever it takes to, make sure something like this doesn't happen again.
You
know,
don't even know what you've been. You don't even.
don't do that.
You don't
again.
even know.
Whatever you accuse me of, Lio, I will do everything to not do it again. Hey, Mouse, to Michael Schomer. Schumers. Whatever their name. Schumer. Shoo.
What you've been brought in here for, do you?
Yes,
Yes.
I was told I was trauma dumping, and I want to apologize for that.
Okay, tell me what trauma dumping
And
means.
I mean,
Define trauma dumping.
I looked it up like a day or two before, and essentially,
I looked it up. What do you think trauma dumping is? Sure, I looked it up. Oh. Schumacher? No, not Michael Schumacher.
it means like you tell somebody like not just something you're not comfortable with, but like try and
You dump your trauma on someone. Like, I want to kill myself. My life is so bad. My parents don't love me. My father went out buying cigarettes 20 years ago, and I still have daddy issues.
to word it the best I can, so I apologize.
Let's try it this way. Give me an example of you trauma dumping on somebody.
Okay, that one looks actually cool. Wait. Sorry, ADHD moment. Okay, that one looks actually badass.
Probably when I talk to Pepper, I believe that's. I apologize if I misgendered.
Damn you, I hope you get better soon. Always. My mother is suing me.
I swear I don't do it on purpose. Is it he or they? I mentioned what I thought was the main reason why Azu is not
What about trauma recycling? You know what? That sounds like a good idea.
online much.
And why would that be?
Okay, thank you for the correction.
And why would that be?
Well, about 2 years ago, her dad passed away, so
Okay, and why did you think that it was important to tell this minor that?
What?
I'm not doing the pause to try to irk you or anything. It's the kind of thing where you
I don't do the pause to annoy you, by the way. I just need this long to think.
do the classic expression.
What is this called?
Okay,
This is an old call, like it says here. Was mid-late 2023 with Schomer.
idea, but hindsight being 2020, I shouldn't have done that.
Okay, explain to me why it was wrong to do it.
I learned I shouldn't tell kids all my troubles in life.
Obviously, they're a minor,
With 33, I learned I shouldn't trauma dump on children.
Do you actually know why?
Whatchamacallit, trying the best to word it.
Well, Schomer, well, guess we will actually go over his slideshow commentary wiki. God damn it. Schomes, aka Michael Schomer, Schomes Commentaries, was a commentator that began 2025 with his first commentary on Boopop 1987 October. He's a former member of Federation of the Exalted and a current member of Acronym. That's pretty much what I've seen. Wait, I have it somewhere here. He has a YouTube channel. I closed it because I'm a genius. He makes visit site. He has his own website. He makes reviews, mostly anime reviews. Unlock Season 1 DVD and Blu-ray collection. Attack on Titan. And his avatars have been Shuji Akimshi from Naruto, Caster Fate Zero, Ryder from Fate Zero, Wreck-It Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph, Boba Fett from Star Wars, Shen from Kung Fu Panda 2, Wokusho from Metabots, Jason Voorhees from... No, not Jason! From Friday the 13th, General Grievous from Star Wars, Ghost Rider from Ghost Rider, Archer from Fate, Magmar from Pokémon, Hypothalamus, an animal, Gilgamesh from Fate, Alexander Anderson from Hellwing, not Mothra, and Mothra.
But
Yeah,
they'll
let's
let you
try this.
say it.
Let's try this.
Yeah, and he called
never made-
himself a movie file.
Pepper asked for.
What they were Fleshly 33 do? Oh god.
That's a yes or no question. Is this something that Pepper specifically asked for?
Did Peppers ask to hear about your fucking trauma?
No.
Okay. Then why did you feel the need to tell them? Did Pepper even
I was sad.
bring up this person at any point?
They were mentioning in the acronym server, why, she's not active much.
Okay. And you felt the need to go to this minor and tell them about this individual's family
What the fuck was that noise?
problems. Yes?
Yes.
Alright. So I'm going to explain to you why you shouldn't do that.
And I'll never do it again.
That's not what I asked you to say. Don't get ahead of yourself.
I know.
Then,
but
okay, then if you know, then hush. The one thing I'm not going to do today, because I have had it with having to do this with multiple people. I'm not here to listen to anime speeches. I'm not here to hear you castigate yourself. We're not doing that.
Not the anime speeches.
I have no patience for it.
I'm not intended to.
I told you when you entered here, call etiquette. Listen. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, so you can listen twice as much as you talk. So listen.
That's actually a really good sentence. I'm gonna steal that.
I am trying to be as proper and polite with you as I can be. But if you continue to interrupt, jump the gun, go on long-winded speeches, or, God forbid, try to give me the answer you think I want, instead of, in some cases, just telling me you don't know.
I don't know is always the answer. I don't know. And apologize even though you don't mean it and you don't even know what you're actually apologizing for.
I will lose that temper very quickly. I am tired. It has been...
Joke aside, it is grossly inappropriate for an adult in his 30s to confide in minors about traumatic experience. Yes, of course it is. Of course it is. Once again, I have to ask, why are you even talking to minors?
Been a long day, and I'm not interested in dragging this on for 3 hours. I'm just not.
You say this, but there's like over 1.5 hours.
So tread carefully.
None of your southern shows. Listen.
The reason why you shouldn't do that is you do not know what the minor is capable of handling, especially with a heavy topic as somebody else's family members dying. Now, it might seem a bit, a bit much, maybe a little bit too bitty, but they did not likely want to know if this random person they probably don't even know personally had a death in the family.
Like, listen, I heard your father died. Do you know how many of my family members died?
And that's not the only thing you've done. What trauma dumping is giving people a bunch of personal information about you in the next...
Oh, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen twice as much as you speak is actually a southern saying. Oh. It's a based saying.
Negative, of course, that they did not ask for or consent to. If I vent to somebody, I'm going to check with them first to see if it's okay. Because putting that emotional burden on them without their consent is unacceptable. And it's even worse when it's kids. Because you're...
Well, probably most adults you talk to don't want to hear your trauma dumping. Let's be real here. Except if it's close friends.
Closer to my age than you are Pepper's age. Because I'm 38. When you and I were in school, we didn't have the burden of the internet and a social life therein.
Lio's turning 30 this year.
Bogging us down. We didn't have a bunch of weirdos making videos on us that were twice our age. We didn't deal with that stressors. These kids do. So do not put this stuff on them. Do not tell them intimate, bad, or any details about your life. You are 33 years old. You have a caretaker.
Even better, don't talk to them at all.
In your
the fuck do you have to talk about with a minor?
And you have friends that are closer to your age that you could confide in, were you to get proper consent to do so. And I understand that you are on the spectrum, and that means that you may not pick up on social cues, so I'm being extremely blunt with you here. If at all possible, you are 33 years old. There are times I have to communicate with children, but I
don't even wanna hear random characters in video games trauma dump on me. What makes you think I wanna hear random person trauma dump on me? Based Umbre.
Do not in any way, shape, or form approach any topics even close to what you have with these people.
Do you please rewind that? What?
33 years old. There are times I have to communicate with children.
Yes, he has a caretaker. Yes, he has.
But I do not in any way, shape, or form approach any topics even close to what you have with these people. You, by all means, should not by nature be in their DMs at all if you can help it. The only times I am
thank you.
is when they need help with something, because I'm an adult and that is the proper place for me to be for them if they need help. They are not my friends, they are not my compatriots, they are not my compadres, they are not my amigos. They're children, and they are to be kept separate as best as possible.
They are not my amigos.
There's a reason why this...
I'm here, I'm not late, you are late. Hi, Drewski. You're on time, we just started.
Server's 18+. The only reason Pepper's in here, because Pepper, specifically, is somebody you've dumped on. And they have a right to be here for that. You're an adult, and I expect you to act like it. Because if we have to come back here, it will not be in a polite, kind, respectable manner. It will not be corrected behavior. I will personally find a way to drag you out of this community. Not because I think you're a horrible human being or a predator or of any sort, but because if you are to the point to where you refuse to recognize how and when...
I will drag you out of the community myself if I have to. But also, recently, Schomer, God, I can't say the fucking name, also made their blue sky avatar black, so it's probably worked.
When children should be spoken to, it is unacceptable, and you should not be in these circles. Which leads us to the next issue. Now, I'm going to allow these individuals that have aught with you to come on and talk to you for a little bit when I'm done here. A little bit. And to those of you listening to me, I don't want it to be an hour each. And
I don't know, just saw you guys were going for 20 minutes already. Who is he talking about? About Schomer, who is someone who mostly reviews anime and trauma dumped on a bunch of kids. Aside from other things. The best way to summarize it, an adult can be a kid's friend, but a kid cannot be a friend to an adult. A kid can talk to an adult about their issues, but an adult should never talk to a kid about their issues. Yeah, but once again, I also don't think, in most cases, that... Like, but even... How do I say this? Why would an adult be friends with a random kid? Let's be real. What do they have in common? Aside from if it's family or something else like that.
do not need you guys repeating the same points the previous people did, and I will monitor that because we can't continue doing that. One thing you did that is unquestionably morally repugnant and unacceptable is when you go to a child, and tell them that they should do a video on a convicted child predator. Now,
hey, random child, you know what you should talk about? This dude who's a predator. That's what you should cover. That's what you should cover. Trust me.
I want you to tell me.
Mentors are a thing new. Yes, but a mentor is not really a friend. Come on now. Don't play stupid now.
Me why that's wrong.
I really have to think about that. Why is it wrong? Oh, that's a difficult question there.
No words. I feel.
I didn't ask.
You know.
I didn't ask for your feelings. I asked.
No one cares what you feel about, like.
For you to explain to me why it was wrong to do that.
Same reason you mentioned, and it be, in a sense, kicking a dead horse.
I said.
Nope.
What? Yeah, I shouldn't have asked this kid to talk about a predator because that's just kicking a dead horse. My dude, I don't think that's the problem here. I do not think that's a fucking problem.
I said nothing about kicking a dead horse. Horses weren't mentioned at all. I'm not Vosh. So I'm gonna
No, Vosh mentioned.
try this again. And I want you to answer it. If you don't know, just say you don't know.
Chris went over ACC channel that was a minor who had been given information to make video on a predator. That's so fucked up. No.
Don't waste our time. Tell me why it was wrong for you to request the child to do that.
I don't know.
Okay.
How? How do you not know how it is wrong to go to a minor and be like, you know what, I know you like fun topics. How about you talk about this convicted child predator child? Yeah, look at all the horrible things they did and how much children they traumatized. Isn't that crazy? You should talk about that.
Okay, so I appreciate the honesty. I will walk you through this once. So pay attention. A child should not ever be required to discuss a convicted child.
It was like a 15-year-old. Oh. That's so fucked up, man.
Predator, unless they are the victim of it and they are in a court of law giving a testimony or doing.
He suggested an interview. You should take away his iPad. But imagine if the kid made a video about a predator, it would have put the kid on that predator's radar on top of exposing them to everything that predator did. Yeah, that and probably also other predators, because you know how they are. That's just putting them on a silver platter.
Something in relation to getting justice. Ethically. What you did, if that kid had listened to you, is you could have put that kid in the crosshair of other predators, because I promise you that person has defenders. And I promise you predators always grab trap.
People say Lio is too condescending, but how else can you speak to such people, though? Yeah. For those people, I don't fucking care how his tone is. Bad thing is, I can't say, damn, I wish Lio would scream at these people more nowadays, because everyone complained about him screaming before.
Travel in more than one group. They're always around each other. You could have put that kid in harm's way. These are topics adults are to cover. It is a fate chosen by men.
And even... Fate chosen by men? Okay. Even many adults are fucking uncomfortable with these topics. Like, there's so many people who are like, I don't want to cover this shit. And I'm also... Like, I also myself, I'm like, bro, I don't want to talk about predators every day.
Not put on children.
But you, that's mean. Not caress. True, true. I forgot.
That is why it's unacceptable. You do not ask children to cover criminals of any sort, much less sexual criminals who prey on children. That puts them in the line of fire. And frankly, I'm going to be a little bit of a prude here. These kids shouldn't even be dealing with that stuff at all. And I'm just...
That's not being prude. That's just real. Especially as a 15-year-old, for fuck's sake.
I mean, like, kids, you know, obviously we don't want them preyed upon, but they shouldn't have to involve themselves in that at all. They should enjoy their childhoods. They shouldn't... A child...
And the dude is probably like, I didn't have a childhood, why should they have a childhood?
A teenager's concern.
Yeah, the issue wasn't the tactic, it was the target, yep.
Should be schoolyard crushes and doing their exams. Not this. It's an awful thing to put on a child. It's an awful thing to make them look into. I'm 38 years old and it murders my soul that I've been at for 5 years. That's why it's wrong.
Welcome back, Rain.
Do you understand?
My cat turned off my PC. Did I miss anything? Your cat tried to save you, Bubonic. Your cat tried to save you. Lio is now explaining to him why it is actually bad to ask a child to cover a child predator.
And
Yes, I didn't even think of that.
no, I'd imagine you didn't. Your caretaker needs to monitor.
I didn't think about that. Maybe the caretaker should take away the internet. No, put it on some kids' security.
Your internet activity, to be completely blunt with you. And I'm not saying that because I hate you or because I think you're a horrible person or that you're stupid. I mean that because if you could not tell that basic moral line, there's a problem here. Okay? So, here's what we're going to do. Time to scroll up. So, what I'm going to do is Mr. A. I'm going to bring Mr. A on. They're going to talk to you. Okay?
Oh. Like, especially with these people with a caretaker, it's like, why do they even have unrestricted internet access? If they can't handle social interactions and then continue to start talking to fucking minors.
Okay.
Alright, so I'll start by saying this is smaller in the grand scheme of things, but it's something that multiple people, including myself, wanted to talk to Schomer about, because it is we personally feel it's kind of an issue with
Mr. A, cousin to Mr. T.
him. But anyway, so
When I was 50, my main concerns were school tests, making friends. They shouldn't have been put up with heavy subject matter like child endangerment. Yes, exactly. And that this person didn't even think about that. Like, you know what? Now that you mention it, I guess it can be an inappropriate topic.
Schomer, I'm just gonna call you Schomer.
Schomer. Schomer. Okay.
So, a lot of us are familiar with the fact that you have had conversations with a lot of voice actors, particularly of like Funimation's lineup, and you've, to my knowledge, you have talked to these voice actors about various things involving you in the community.
Okay.
Long time ago, yeah.
Right.
Oh, that was a long time ago. It's new day, new me.
And you've said several times, now my memory of this could be hazy, so correct me if I'm wrong, but like you stated that like these guys are like your friends, or at the very least you value their opinion on what you bring to them, right?
Acquaintances, yeah.
First it was friends, now just acquaintances. They're not fam.
Right. So, from what several people have witnessed when you have mentioned it, it does seem like you are putting a lot of weight on the opinion of people who probably have no idea the full story of what was going on in those situations.
But I can't tell someone half the story and then be like, but this person also said.
And that
My internet is trying to kill itself over this video, I understand, but if I gotta live, so do you, little buddy. Why do you do this to your internet? It's trying to save you.
that seems to be a bit of a problem, right?
What the
So direct-
fuck is he doing in the background?
To you, Michael.
Yeah.
In fact, I would dare to say that maybe there's a little bit of parasociality going on there.
Just a little bit, just a little bit.
Probably not intentionally, but
Well, parasocial isn't usually intentionally. Like it's like the preconceived like notion that because
Oh my
you've
god, get to the point.
interacted with someone who has a bit of presence online, or
He did his mic, very sad. Many such cases, many such cases.
a celebrity, if you will, that they're like your friend or something like that. And you may not necessarily see them as friends, but I have a lot of weight on their opinions about this stuff. Like several conversations I remember having with you, you've talked about a thing that happened with you in the community. You've mentioned that you
Incorrect. Parasocial bait is super common and intentional. Saint the expert has spoken. You're my friend, right? Absolutely. And if you like, comment, subscribe, and donate, I will be your closest friend.
talked to these voice actors about it, and then you went on to explain their opinions about it, if I recall correctly. Is that correct?
yes.
That is a bit of a problem, because again, these voice actors are, again, voice actors. There's like they're people
I don't really understand what big point he's trying to make here right now. After, I feel like we heard just about how he trauma dumped on kids and ask a child to cover a donator, cover a predator. And then all this other guy is like, yeah, you've been a bit parasocial, haven't ya?
People in a completely different space than the rest of us. They...
Who's a liar? They already got Zane locked in the basement one while you can... Kairos, why would you spread such slander and lies?
most likely do not know the full story, and I don't want to say this is something against you specifically, but like, obviously
I have a weird opposite parasocial. I always assume my FF creators hate me. Bubonic, no!
obviously know the full story if it's just you telling them. Right, so there may be some things you're missing either unintentionally or intentionally that they're
Don't give him the out with being unintentional.
basing their opinion of it off of. I apologize if this is a little long-winded. I promise I'll wrap this up.
Okay.
That
November, what an entry. Yes, there is indeed. We call it the oatmeal voice. Quantum! Hello, Quantum!
it's a bit of a problem, and that's something you need to be more aware of moving forward. That you gotta not hold their very likely skewed opinion on what you tell them as end all be all, and even more so, like acting like people in the community should care about what these VAs have.
Did he pull the... this voice actor said this. So, I don't know why you would disagree with them.
To say in regards to what you say to them about this stuff.
I'll do the best I can for the future. I promise.
Alright. In that case, I am done. I don't know if, like, Autumn or whatever wants to add to that, but I personally am done now.
All right.
I know Horace has got a lot to say.
All right, we're going to bring Horace up next simply because they've got the most to say.
Is this Discord? What are these noises? The Doodles jump scare.
Whomst has messaged me on the book face.
Oh no, not the book face.
Okay. This is a little unnerving since it's the first time I'm in this, so forgive me if I kind of fumble a bit. So, just...
Exactly. Did he pull the, oh yeah, my friend is a VA, and he disagrees with you. Checkmate, Doodle.
to be clear, I am Horace. I'm a member of Fox, and Michael here has had this, like, grudge against me for... I think about nearly 8 years because of...
Damn, a grudge for 8 years?
things that had happened, like around 2016, I think.
What did you do?
To be clear about what that is, what happened was that Michael would... there was an instance in Fox where Michael would try to get us to make a video on Jar.
Oh no.
And needless to say, it made us like very uncomfortable to want to tackle something like that. And then came the
Little did they know. 2 years later.
Animation here could vouch for me. He was one of the people that Michael Schomer first trauma dumped to way back in 2016, which is what led us to vote and kick him out. He wanted...
Fuck, I can't do a day without trauma dumping everywhere, okay? Everyone needs to know I am the most traumatized.
He told me that he wanted to speak to the members of Fox about his whole thought process during that situation. So I let him in to explain himself, but I guess for some reason, Michael thought that we were gonna re-add him back into the group, but I only brought him in just to simply explain himself, and then I would remove him after.
Guys, I thought I could explain myself and then we're all good again. Come on now. If only you would have covered Jar.
He did so, because I don't think anybody from... I'm not...
Le trauma dump, le dump, le gasp. Quantum, no. Who is Fox? Because when they say Fox, I think of TV channel Fox Weather or whatever. It's a group of people. From what I know.
Sure if anyone from Fox back in the day really wanted him back in the group. So that is when Michael began his extreme dislike towards me and specifically. And he would tell many people over the years about how terrible I am, how he was...
If only you would have covered Jar.
...unrightfully removed from Fox. And he did this every freaking time. To find out that he had been doing that since, last year just baffles me. Genuinely. In fact, I remember around the time during my situation in 2019 was when, of course, I was falsely accused of very pedophilic actions. They were false, as Susie demonstrated in her video explaining the situation. But around that time was when Michael tried to make it all about himself. And he was trying to say about oh man, if you think George Raccoon is bad, then you should hear about what he did to me.
Listen. You think this is bad? They did worse to me, you wouldn't understand. I am the main character in every situation.
It was one of the things I remember seeing before my mom told me to delete my Twitter for the sake of my mental health.
Oh, why would you say that? There are things you couldn't waterboard out of me. This is one of them.
Horace, how old are you, just for the record?
I'm 28.
Okay.
Oh, honey.
Okay.
And what horrific abuse did you allegedly put Michael here through? And I want Michael to tell me. Michael, what did he do? Tell me.
It kind of felt like outcasting, back then I had a colossal meltdown. So I wasn't...
I had a meltdown because they kicked me out of the Discord group. Brother.
in the right state of mind. I wasn't thinking clearly, Like, I was legitimately in an inpatient program for days.
Have you tried going outside? I highly recommend it.
And, what I thought the deal was back then was I would...
Yes? Oh no, he has a brain fart.
Want to be back in or not. And if not, then, I would have been like, at least I had that time to show that I got better,
I got better, guys. New day, new me, come on. I'm a wholly new person. You wouldn't get this stuff out of me even if I was in a Jigsaw trap. Oh.
So, what happened there, like, I remember various people talk behind my back on the vent Twitters,
On the vent Twitters.
And the thing from 2019, I remember asking many people back then, should I come forward, with what happened?
There's some green stuff outside called grass. He could go out and touch it. I don't think touching will do it at this point. He needs to hug the lawn.
You know?
So hold on.
I came forward.
In what way were you ostracized?
Just, not many people would talk to me. I would
Why?
want to, like,
Lie.
prove I got better.
Why did they not want to talk to you?
Back. Just previous attitude. Like, back then, I was
They had an attitude.
Okay, let me try this again.
kind of toxic.
Let me try this again. I do not like vagary. What I like is people answering my question.
Just a reminder, 2019 is already 6 years ago. Why did you have to say this?
And if I ask a coworker, what did you do at this point in time? If they just respond with work, that tells me nothing.
I think he said why. Okay, I understood lie. That would have been cool.
So let's try this again.
Like lie, liar, snake tongue.
What did you do to cause these people to not want to be around you?
So, who should I direct my insults today? The one with the oatmeal voice.
First thing that comes to mind is just being, unpleasant.
If you get
Not trying to be vague. It's just,
that is being vague. Give me an example of you being unpleasant.
I was not that jolly to be around, if you know what I mean.
like, back then, if they mentioned, like, Susie's name, I would, like, blow up, essentially.
Well, Doodles was his trigger.
So you were being a dickhead.
Oh yeah, I remember why you told.
Go ahead, Susie.
Yeah, I remember why.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Sus. Oh, okay, fine.
I remember exactly the reason you gave me as to why you would do that. You were, what was it, jealous that I was getting attention for the Medicare stuff?
What a thing to be jealous about.
I don't think you should be jealous of this kind of attention. God, Juba, you could have just make your own deviant art. And talk about weird fetishes you have, okay? Come on now.
Out.
I don't know. No, it was just like the jar thing, for example. Had my own drama back then that...
Oh my god, I had my own drama. I want people to talk about my trauma, and my drama.
It seemed like people couldn't give less of a shit about.
Yeah, why would anyone care? Talk about it yourself.
And then you had the doodle thing with, what was it, your video on TP's Chaos Key, was it? Like the video that made her a bandwagon. It seemed like that's all people focused on.
Okay.
When Odd wasn't,
so it was because,
pure anarchy.
So it was because you didn't get what you thought was sufficient attention and you were being a jerk to people over it. Yes?
I wanted the attention. I am the main character.
Pretty much.
Cool. So you know what that means?
No.
It means it was because of your actions.
That's crazy. That can't be. I'm the main character. Y'all are NPCs. You're supposed to love me.
And your choice, when you saw people were choosing to distance themselves from you and boo-hoo back chatter about you on Twitter, which, buddy, don't ever step in my shoes then, was to, melt down to voice actors and other random people? Really?
That's a totally normal reaction. Yes, yes.
How old were you at this time?
Back at 20... See here, I would have been same age he's at now when it was 2019. The intent I had back then was...
Okay, you're 33 now. And how old were you in 2019? Come on, you can do that. No, we say he should have leaked his fetish chats. You know, then people would have talked about him. Then he would have gotten the attention he wants.
Talking to people outside the figurative bubble.
You did.
You know,
hold on.
Situation.
No. Because I do not think what you did is what you're trying to tell me you did. Because you see, what you're trying to communicate to me is the idea that you went to these people to perhaps get a second opinion from somebody outside the bubble. But that's not what you did, is it? It's not actually what you did. What you actually did was you went there and you gave them an extremely one-sided story, pitting yourself as the outcast. Yes?
I am the lone wolf.
Was that a yes I heard?
Like, there's the guy Jar has a vendetta against. That guy has a dead channel, but is still fighting the good fight against Jar. Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So, you go to voice actors. Do you even know these people? Like, know them?
I don't really talk to them much anymore, so...
That's a yes or a no. So was it a yes or a no? Did you know them?
I don't know them personally.
Okay. So...
Schomes, if I may, real quick, there was a whole thing. Remember, you were trying to talk to frickin' Monica Rial on Twitter, trying to tell people, "Oh yeah, we're friends." Like, I was there, dude.
Listen, if I'm not important enough, I will tell you all. Listen, I have friends in high places. You don't know.
Hagged and stuff like that. Like, you got really weird with some voice actors, dude.
This is so doggone stupid. Not that what you've done is dumb in the sense that, like, we shouldn't even be discussing it. I mean, as in every action that I've been told about and that you've discussed with me here so far is so unbelievably stupid. There's a phrase Aaron Tempest uses, like, you couldn't get the FBI to waterboard that out me. You couldn't...
Yeah, I already said that way sooner. And that was about Twitter.
Get that out of me, save literally God himself telling me to tell them. Did you do it because you thought you'd tell an important person and maybe they speak up for you? Because you like them and therefore they're gonna fight the fight for you? Is that what you wanted? Did you just want empathy from these people that you...
Be my knight in shining armor and a voice actor, please. These people were mean to me.
Look up to?
I didn't want them to fight my figurative battles.
So you wanted empathy from them?
Hi, Tusky. Damn, I'm late. No worries, you're not that late. Not that late. We're only the first hour in.
Strangers. That you fed one side of a story to, and I'm sure you omitted your egregious actions from, because let's be honest, that's what most people do. So instead of proving to this community that you had changed by your actions, which, if there's one thing I want everybody listening to understand, deeds, not words.
Do no Scott from her non-school days. Listen, he doesn't answer my calls anymore, sadly.
The Bible calls it meat fit for repentance, meaning that you have shown that you are sorry for what you've done via your actions, because words mean nothing. I could sit here and tell you all day I'm the King of England, doesn't mean I am.
I believe it.
And frankly, based on what I've been told so far, it doesn't seem like your actions have changed all that much. It's just that you decided to pick new targets. Didn't mean
Whoa. This is getting trippy here.
interrupt too much, Horace, but I wanted to make sure I got that on record. You can continue now.
No, it's perfectly fine. I've seen here and there about how like he'd been telling people about what had been going on, and I want to bring up that there was a potential moment where he could have talked to me directly, but he chose not to, because
I would make a better king, less lizard-like. Oh no.
A couple of years ago, I was in a server in Artemi Musha's game server, and not once does Michael
How many servers do they have?
directly talk to me in that, nor does he send a DM to clear up the air, and he still continues wanting to tell random people about how I wronged them.
Yes, you were evil. Weevil even. Because you disagreed with him and then threw him out because he was such a menace. How dare he lost his safe space.
And that's modern day, yes?
I think in a pre...
Have you seen Liar's Mask? Very legal, not cursed at all.
Yes.
Dude, we cannot talk about too many servers. Look at your drama list. I don't know what you mean. I would never be in too many servers.
That server's long since gone, I'll add, but I think I tried in a previous server he made, and I believe it was Morgan, told me you vent tweeted that you wanted nothing to do with me, so that's why I didn't say anything.
Psycho Spartan, you're not SCC, so I'm going to go ahead and disconnect you.
Oops.
So, if you knew this person wanted nothing to do with you, why
Another he was mean to me, yes, and then he holded a grudge over 8 years. Know what? Same.
would you continue to try to talk to them?
After Morgan said that, I never tried talking to him.
Why did you feel the need to talk about him?
Because he was mean.
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know. It's always the answer. It's always the magic answer. I don't know.
If this was something from years ago, I might accept I don't know at this point. Because let's be honest, sometimes people don't always remember their motivation, especially years out. Heck, I can't even sometimes. So I've learned to cut people slack over that. But this was recent.
Web user, people who don't mute servers are psychopaths in my minds. In my mind. I have everything muted except when I'm tagged.
Yeah.
Do you have problems with your memory, Michael?
You should know. You should have known by this point that these people all have very interesting memory issues. Especially when it comes to things they fucked up.
Yes.
What's your favorite cartoon?
I do sometimes.
What's your favorite cartoon? Oh no, are we judging his favorite cartoon now? Oh, that's a difficult question, Lio. Lio, that was a difficult question.
Your favorite?
Too many to name, to be honest.
Pick
He can't even answer what his favorite cartoon is, no.
one.
I guess Avatar.
You could.
Just
Oh.
name one off the top of my head.
And if I were to ask you why you like it, you could probably tell me, couldn't you?
No. Now you expect too much.
Probably try my best.
So you retain that. But something that has happened recently you can't retain. It's very odd. So
Hi, hi Sasha Wolfson. This call, oh boy. Yeah, it is something. It is definitely something.
I'm gonna go ahead and give my game theory
Yeah.
on what I think it was. I think that you just want to tell people and convince them that you're not the bad guy in these situations. Whoever you think will listen. Seems to be an ongoing issue in this community. That's what I think.
It's just a classic. I could never do any wrong. They were mean to me 8 years ago.
This is unfortunately going very quickly from corrective action to me actually getting angry. Because, see, the truth of the matter is I wasn't able to read the entire thread that people had put together on you to prepare for this call. I haven't had the time because I'm a man who works a lot, and I juggle a lot of stuff. So that's one reason why I'm requiring these people to come up and talk to you, is so they can talk about things. So I can give them the space to do so, but the more and more I'm hearing, the less I'm inclined towards corrective action, and more I'm inclined to just destroy you verbally.
Okay. Only verbally?
And I'm choosing not to at the moment, because other people haven't gotten a chance to speak yet. So, Horace, please continue.
The music in the background right now, picking up.
Okay. I will say though, Michael, I don't know why you want to keep holding this grudge against me for this long. I don't know why you want to continue insisting that I'm one of the worst people.
Hi, Cloudy, my beloved wife. Listen, I'm just listening to someone who holded a grudge over 8 years because he was kicked out of a Discord group after he was causing, trouble. And was like, you know what, we should go after Jar. Love it.
People in your life.
Oh yeah, and trauma dumped 2 minors. and then was towards 1 minor and was like, you know what, kid? You know what you should cover? This convicted child predator. And then when Lio asked him, so yeah, why is that bad? I don't know, is that kicking a dead horse?
Life. And why you want to continue this for so long. Like, I don't think of you every single day of my life. I try to just
What? You don't? He's the main character, how dare?
enjoy my time with my friends. With the people that wronged me, like, many years ago, I don't let them fester into my mind. Why do you continue to do so?
Good question.
It is a good question. We'd appreciate it if you would just answer it.
Ah, that's a really good question. My mind works in mysterious ways you wouldn't understand. Not even I understand it.
Right.
Do I mean this in the best way, but you cackle like a bitch. It's amazing. Thank you.
I guess, feel like the sense of payback, it feels like,
Oh my god. It's literally Jar. Every day, I think of getting revenge. I thirst. I thirst for revenge.
And what I mean by that is, like, you get hospitalized for, nearly killing yourself.
Oh my god, he's literally trauma dumping right now.
People saying, like, you faked it or doing it for attention or whatever was worded. You want to prove that you got better. And all I get is, like, is that all you have to say?
Okay.
Let
me go ahead and put a pin in something real quick. Firstly, if that did happen, I am sorry. I am.
It did.
Because I'm not done.
The only reason why it failed.
That is stop.
Oh god,
Stop.
he literally was about, yeah, the reason why I failed in killing myself and make it everyone's problem now is...
Number 1, call etiquette. Number 2, trauma dumping. I did not consent to you to tell me about the details of why it failed. That's exactly what I was talking about. So I'm going to continue. I am sorry if people put you in the position to claim that you were faking it, because that is awful. And that is...
I was going to bite him. But also if it's someone who goes into every Discord server, hey, I'm in the hospital, just tried to kill myself, lol. Then yeah, people won't take too kindly to that. Like, why is he telling everyone that? Get a therapist.
unacceptable unless they have solid proof. Indo, why don't you go ahead and hop out? This is only for SCC people.
He meant I can't even say, come on, scream at him, because he got yelled at for screaming. But it was still old Lio, so you might get some of it.
Thank you. Of course, they can't hear me now. However, you trying to force onto them the idea
Get a diary. Little.
that you have changed, consistently breaking their boundaries.
He thinks the internet is a therapist. Yeah, AI wasn't that far at that point, huh? Could have gotten his AI therapist to listen to him.
For apparently 8 years is unacceptable.
He said yesterday didn't even skim this one. Oh damn. That's sad.
This is consistent patterns of behavior you've been going on for 8 years. In the past 8 years, I have changed jobs a few times. I've gotten married. I got a house, a career.
Damn, show off having a real life, huh?
You've been having meltdowns over a small community that you could have completely avoided. It's embarrassing. I know part of that's because you're on the spectrum, and I'm not going to hate on you for that. I care very deeply about people who struggle like that. I do. One reason why I haven't so far raised my voice to you in anger. That's probably going to change if this keeps up.
Okay.
So, but while I am sorry to hear that you went through that, genuinely, the way you have responded, apparently, is horrific.
You can't excuse everything with being on the spectrum.
It's not acceptable. And the fact that you didn't even have the wherewithal to realize that you were doing in this very call what I told you at the very beginning is not okay is definitely a problem. So, to be clear, unless they give you consent, do not tell people about attempts, because you don't know who you're going to trigger, and I'm not stupid. I know people in the SCC, quite a few of them have mental health issues, and it can trigger them.
Pretty much all of them, let's be real here. And then someone coming in, I was trying to kill myself. Yeah, that ain't doing well.
Into that type of ideation, and I will not allow that here.
Lio, quit bragging. You're gonna make him try again. Trotsky, no. Quantum, no. Lio flexing while I take my meds. I'm so proud of you, Quantum. I'm so proud of you for taking your meds, okay?
And you are 33, you should know better. Unacceptable. Unacceptable behavior.
I love it when he says unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Horace, what else you got?
I think I spoke everything I needed to say to him.
All right, why don't you go ahead and hop off, and we're going to go ahead and bring... Who's next? I think it's Pepper. And then Kohai.
He's
Sure
Pepper,
thing.
I got him. I can do it. I promise. Oh. Uh-oh. I figured it out.
What?
No, wait. No, I didn't. Wait, yeah, I did.
What?
I'm Big Hit, I promise.
What is happening? Discord issues?
Is Pepper A-okay?
Possibly, so let's bring Kohai on for now.
Okay, I can do it.
What?
Oh,
Yay.
all right. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, there is a bit of echo, I think.
Oh, that's coming from Schomer's end.
You're the only one echoing.
Okay.
Schomes, did you do push to talk so there's no echo?
Trying to look for the thing.
Okay.
I'm using it. The microphone built into the laptop, so
What?
I know. What I'm saying is, could you please push to talk?
You expect him to be able to do that? That's quite high expectations.
the only thing I can do is just either mute or, exit.
Then okay. Well, then mute.
Okay.
I don't care. I don't care how you do it. Just do it, please. I don't need the back talk. Thank you.
Okay. God, where do I fucking start? Shit. So it's already been established that this has been happening for.
It's sorry, I've been short, but I might go. I'm sleepy and wanna catch 8 hours before the thing tomorrow. It's very responsible of you, Wayne. Have a good night.
For 8 years. I just wanted to
He's gonna send audio quality. He do.
highlight a moment with me in particular at first.
Lio really needs the Discord overlay. Swear to God.
So when I was 16 in 2016, I'm 23 now. I
If you were born in 2000, you will never forget your age.
was in a call with Schomer, and I believe with Amity, if I remember correctly. This is pretty shaky for me. Oh, Pepper's here. Good. Do you want me to still continue, or do you want me to...
You're already talking. Pepper can talk after you.
Okay.
Everyone get in line.
From what I remember, it was about a script that we were making for a Foxcom. And
What is with all these groups that have Fox in it?
something occurred to where Schomer said that he had to be right back. What he forgot to do was he forgot to turn off his mic. And I remember a relative came in.
That's true. My big siblings were born in 2000 and never forget how old they are. It's so practical.
It probably was his mom, and I don't remember. But I remember it was a very distressing to sit through. And despite how many times we tried to get Michael's attention, we couldn't seem to get it.
No.
And so we were just kind of sat there and called because we didn't want to leave him.
Just leave. Honestly. If there's someone like that, just leave. If they do it, if they are like, oh, I want to kill myself, blah, 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 blah. If they do it, it's not your fault. It's all the other shit, okay?
And I heard him break down crying in front of me.
Yeah, that's where I would have left.
And I didn't know how to take it. And
I imagine breaking down crying in front of a 16-year-old. Brother. Why are you breaking down in a VC?
this happened for a good couple of minutes. I don't remember how long. But after that, it just kind of like devolved into just more trauma dumping in call. It just... I assume that was the a massive meltdown that he had.
Hey, X! Imagine being in a VC on Discord. You're 16 years old. And this grown-ass man suddenly has a breakdown and starts crying to you about how hard the life is. I'm scared why Shoji in the thumbnail because it is it is the avatar of this person. No crash outs in VC. Oh, I would have gotten off the VC if I'm backing down. Yeah! Exactly.
Just one of those. But
listen, if I'm crashing out, I'm leaving the VC. If someone else is crashing out in VC, I'm also leaving.
I want to say that this is something that...
Okay, depending on how funny they crash out.
I think you need to understand is that ever since then, and especially with my more of my other experiences with people like Vivian,
oh, Falgi, it gets better. Because the main accusation at first was that this person, like it's now stated here, trauma dumped to a whole bunch of minors, and then even went to a minor and was like, hey kid, you know what you should cover? This convicted child predator. Why don't you talk about this on your channel? This is so fucked up, man.
Channel Grey, for those who are not aware, is that I have actually taken... It's taken a big, deep, like... I was basically forced to be a therapist for people who are way older than me, and I had
Imagine being 16 and all the adults are trauma dumping to you. Like, what the fuck?
no idea what to do. And so I would legit just try to console as much as I could, and it really left
It
me.
really isn't your job to console grown-ass adults. Those people need to get clear of their own problems. It's just so fucked up.
With the point where I can't take people having suicidal ideation. I just tend to shut down. I don't know how to respond. I don't know what to say. And it just...
Yeah, I don't blame them for not hanging up because literally a kid. You know? And of course, when they think there's someone who needs help, they will be like, yeah, shit, I want to help this person. I try to do what I can. You know, but I blame the adults for that. If it came across like, I'm like, yeah, why didn't you just hang up? That's not what I mean. You know, it's totally on the adult in this situation.
I think you need to understand that
This is a former child.
these sorts of experiences on a child really messes with them. And I'm not the only one who has dealt with this. Habit as well, who's also in this call, and he's given me permission to talk about it. I remember him telling me,
I once had a panic attack and we see, oh no, I'm sorry, Quantum. It happened. Listen, it can happen to the best of us. But I also hope it doesn't happen again.
about DMs that he and Schomer would have when he was also a minor. Let me see, let me go back. And
What do you mean former child? I mean they were a child.
he would constantly bring up asking, do you like me as a friend and don't want me
Oh.
to die?
Ew. Ew. That's such gross behavior. Even towards adults, that's gross. But to a child, it's just... That's just so disgusting. Full on the guilt tripper.
That was something that was said in those DMs.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Are you telling me?
What?
Are you telling me that Schomer in
Yes.
his late 20s used you as an emotional punching bag and went on about his suicidal ideation
Yes.
in your DMs?
Do you know who that sounds like? Lion Maker, the Minecraft creep. Oh, not Lion Maker. Why did you remind me that this person exists?
To get you to talk to him.
I don't remember if it was from me, because a lot of our conversations were strictly in Skype, and I have a hard time remembering. But I know Habit has DMs with him about this,
Michael, unmute.
and
Yeah, he suicided to a kid. That's fucking pathetic. Can stick around, but you're all gay. And you're even gayer, Yen.
Schomes, unmute, please.
Michael, is this
I
accurate?
think that was my older brother.
Oh no, we are not.
That was my older brother? What? Excuse me?
Doing that. We're not doing my.
No, I'm just getting that out of the way first.
I don't care.
But
Just shut it. I don't buy the my dad works for Microsoft nonsense. I don't buy the it was my brother that sent them. No, really, guys.
Guys, it was my brother who sent those. It wasn't me. It was me. How pathetic can you be, you fucktard?
I don't. I'm 38. I'm not stupid.
It was my autistic cousin. Yeah, it was my autistic cousin ass.
Want to know why you thought it was acceptable to put that on a child? Because there's no way you didn't know that was wrong. And you better have a darn good reason.
I don't. I wasn't thinking.
Okay, so for those of you
I wasn't thinking. Do we even have the capacity to think?
And I apologize.
for those of you who
Gee,
struggle
I thought it was your older brother, dumbass.
with ideation and have the possibility of being triggered, I want you to deafen yourselves for a little bit. And I want you to type 2 in chat when you're done, so I don't do this.
I say I can read. I'm reading these screenshots.
Do Lio not cussing sounds tougher than when Tipster cusses? When Tipster cusses, it's just like, the dick. It sounds so soy whenever he tries to cuss.
Dude. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Don't worry, everybody who wants to talk to him will be given a word. I'm not going to leave anybody out if I can help it, okay?
No, hey, I don't need to necessarily say anything in particular. It was mostly just a what the fuck. This is absolutely.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
I don't want to hear it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. Shut the fuck up, man.
I don't want to.
I still don't want to hear
I
it.
don't want to hear it either, because here's the thing. How old were you again? Can somebody give me a rundown of how old this dork was in 2018? That was 6 years ago. You're 33 now.
I think that was 20.
You were no, this is 2018. I'm looking at the DMs now from Habit. If you did this to that individual in 2016, that means
How old is Habit?
Habit, how old are you, kiddo?
Habit is a year younger than me. He's 22.
So a minor. Oh,
Yes.
interesting.
Yes.
Huh. So you've been doing this whole shtick for a while, because I know you have trauma dumped in my DMs.
Well, who hasn't this dude trauma dumped to?
Why are you?
But
Why,
that was forever ago.
why are you giving children hugs in DMs and asking them if they're happy you're still alive and talking about your suicidal ideation?
Bro. Hugs. Aren't you happy I'm still alive, kid? Into the pit. Into the pit.
To them.
Not the heavy breathing.
I am not in the mood
I got nothing.
for silence, Michael.
I know you're not.
I know you're not.
You clearly don't, because you're being.
I got nothing.
Oh, you got nothing.
I got nothing, dude.
Was your mom not around, Michael?
Is there something you need to be telling us, Michael?
Michael, what?
Because I can kind of relate to not swearing when angry, but in my case it's mainly because I can't think of swears when high emotions kick in. Yeah, same.
I don't know.
No,
Hey.
no.
You know. Oh. Don't.
Guys, I don't know. It just happened.
Give me that.
Michael. So I'm going to ask you a very direct question. I want to know how far you've taken these types of conversations with kids. And you know what I'm asking that.
I didn't engage in any sexual.
No one cares, it's false. But no one even said that. You talk about to minors about how you want to kill yourself and be like, aren't you happy I'm alive? Aren't you happy I don't kill myself? If you don't like me, I would kill myself. Dude, this is even gross when you do it to adults. How can you think it's fine to do fucking minors? Jump into the pit. Without the flowers. With the spikes.
Anyone here? I promise.
What do you mean with anyone?
Tell them the truth.
I promise.
mean with anyone here.
I'm back for now, you're all gay. And you are one of us, Yen. You are one of us.
I asked you about children in general. I didn't say anything specific to SCC. I hate to tell you this, Michael.
There are children outside the SCC. Credible.
Actually, no, I don't. I love to tell you this. I don't care if it was SCC, LMNOP, QRSTUV. Have you ever had sexual communications with children in general?
No.
If I find out otherwise, Michael. You see, this is where I was talking about how at first I thought this would be a corrective thing. It has quickly become more than that.
Even I am autistic and I know common sense not to do this, yes. I'm sorry, but if you're really that... What is a nice way to say? If you don't have the capacity to understand that this is fucked up, I'm sorry. Get your internet taken away. Throw the whole router out.
I do not appreciate reading some
Get a child phone without internet.
27-year-old weirdo
Where you can only call your mom from.
the DMs of 16-year-olds, putting their ideation on them and giving them hugs. This is not something the autism can excuse. This is not a misreading of social cues. This is you being a weird creep, putting your self-value in people you know are susceptible to your level of nonsense. Here's what you're going to do right now. You're going to mute again, and we're going to let Kohai finish. And when I tell you to unmute, you will answer me directly. You will not run around the barn.
Oh, he will run around the barn.
You will not give me vagary, and you will not try to anime speech or politician speech, or I will go for your throat. Do you understand me, yes or no?
Yes.
Mute. Kohai, please continue.
Thank you. I just wanted to add something that, real quick, before I move on to the next thing I wanted to talk about. I promise I'll be better. How many times have you said that now? In this call alone? Like 3, 4
I can't think of anything creative. Can I just call him a slur? In your mind, all the slurs are allowed.
times, maybe? This has been going on for 8 years. You've done this to so many minors. How long are you going to keep that up? How long are you going to actually do something?
And it's the same shit since 8 years for this dude. That he's done this. Like, brr.
Fucking... Okay.
You need to take a minute. Don't feel bad if you need to.
Okay. Thank you.
You won't be judged here if you need to take a second.
I also want to ask, do you still hold the belief that Horace is a groomer?
Oh, Horace. Someone needs to allow him to unmute so he can answer.
That's a question, Schomes. It requires an answer.
Oh.
Oh
Sorry.
my god, he's... Oh, fuck. Oh, get your internet access taken away. You do it too clearly, it's too much.
No.
No. Okay. Because, as someone who was involved... Please mute. I can hear you echo. Thank you. As someone who was involved in that as a major component in that situation, I don't want to hear you say a word about Horace ever again. I made that mistake of falsely accusing Horace as a groomer. Because what I thought And what I was told by people who actually groomed me was that Horus was the problem, not them. Oh, not them. And they used that to weaponize me.
Oh my god.
God, that's so fucked up. I'm really sorry for the people that.
Any conversation I had with Horus, they used that to pin me against them. And as someone who has retracted both statements in back as far as 2022, I don't want to hear you anything about Horus. That point blank. Trying to think of what else to say. Yeah, I think the one thing I really want to hit home is that I want you to really recognize that this has a toll on the minors you trauma dump to.
Yeah, I don't think he will get it after he done this for 8 years. As I said, just get off the internet. Get your internet access taken away, throw the router out. Touch grass.
Habit, like I mentioned before, has a really hard time with really anybody trauma dumping, as well as just like fuck. Okay.
This is actually rough, this part. God.
Take a second. Then nothing has to come out right away.
Okay. I think that's something that was mentioned before, is that minors don't really look at things in the long run. And
yeah, especially if they talk to adults. Because to them, most of the times, it feels like, hell yeah, I'm so mature. Look at the adults that talk to me. I'm so cool that they talk with me. And then they don't really think about what the adult is thinking in these situations and what they have in mind for that. And like you said, what it could mean in the long run. So, and of course, you can't blame them if they didn't block a guy or just left the VC when those things started to get crazy. Like, no matter if it's about grooming, when things start to get sexual, or when it's someone like that who's like, yeah, aren't you happy I'm alive? Because you don't recognize these red flags when you're a minor.
they don't have the same capacity as adults do whenever it comes to these types of situations. If you really want to be better, I suggest you take that to heart and confide in people that you know.
Adults.
And adults, I should add.
Yes.
Get a therapist.
And confide in them instead. This is as recent as well regarding the Fox situation, as least recent as last month. And is also to another minor who is not in this call, unfortunately, to say her piece.
Yeah, I'm usually also someone who gives people shit or makes fun of people and is like, yeah, just leave the VC, bro, what's the problem? But again, with minors, I won't make that argument. Because again, you don't think that far, you don't recognize it as a red flag. And someone is like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself. They don't think, yeah, sure. They think, oh no, this person I know really is about to get the rope if I don't help them in any way I can.
I'm done. I'm fucking done.
Okay.
I'm done.
Pepper, you're up to bat.
What is it?
I'd like to ask, Schomes,
Pepper, you're...
even like before this call and even before like
There we go. Sorry, your mic sounded really weird for a bit. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm on my computer. Anyways, I'd like to ask Schomes, like before this call, before I ever came to you in DMs, can you tell me?
Yeah, you can really hear the hurt in her voice. I always, like, I like to say that I'm usually not bothered by many things, but that's also what I had during the birdie situation. What I always notice, especially when it's people who were the minors in these situations who speak out against the people who abuse them. That's always really rough.
That's tell me about your weird, your girlfriend's problems, getting a divorce.
Oh god, the microphone's terrible.
All of these other things. Did anybody ever tell you that you shouldn't go up to strangers or like when your first interaction with any stranger ever is to not trauma dump on them. Just tell them a very personal thing about you.
Yeah, usually we don't hear from the victims when we cover this sort of thing. And especially from the aggressors and interviewers, exactly. And also, especially when it's something more recent, if it's someone who is still a minor, I also don't think that they should get into the spotlight by speaking about it on any kind of stream or something. If they make a written statement or something, that's already okay. I guess that's okay. You know, when they talk about their experience. But I usually don't like if someone puts a minor onto a stream, puts them into a spotlight and is like, yeah, hey, talk about what happened to you. I don't think that's very healthy.
Did anybody ever tell you that? Like, ever? Like, that kind of
I don't think so.
advice? Really?
No.
Yes.
No one ever told me how I shouldn't talk to strangers about my trauma.
But your whole life, you've never been told, oh, you shouldn't, like, go to strangers, and the first introduction to you is to say something very personal about you. Make good first impression. Nobody's ever told you that?
I had a similar situation happen in my life. Wasn't the primary victim, thankfully. The person got arrested, but that stuff stays with you forever. You also eventually have to unlearn that adults talking to kids isn't normal like I did. Yeah, that's also something, and also a reason why many people who have been a victim once, there is a higher chance for them to become victims again, which is just really fucked up. Someone making popcorn in the background. I don't know, there are so many noises in this note.
I've heard of don't talk to strangers, but
I heard about stranger danger.
yeah.
Well, this is stranger danger, but like, first impressions, you know? Did anybody ever tell you that? Yes or no?
Imagine if Michael just making popcorn in the background, like do 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 do.
No.
How? How? Because I've been told that my whole life. Make good first impression.
God,
You know.
I barely understand a word he's saying.
Don't when you meet someone, when you first meet someone, don't just say something personal about you. Just try your hardest to talk to them, but don't make it too. That's what I've been told throughout my entire life.
What?
My entire life, since elementary school, even since I was in the womb, man. No one told you? Even your mother? Even your father? Even
Both trapped in the catacombs with Bit Dignal. Plot twist, he was the dangerous stranger all along. Crazy. Sadly, many such cases.
I never try to bring up online things with them, so...
It doesn't matter about
Gee, I wonder.
online. It's basic.
it's a yes or no question.
It's basic common sense and common courtesy. Like, did your parents never at any time pull you over and say, "Hey, don't tell random people X, Y, Z
Thank you, Lio, that you translate.
thing about yourself"? Because can't believe you for a moment that you didn't. But you know what?
It's also interesting that you.
Hold on. We're
It's also interesting that you give your.
We're probably harping on this too long, to be honest.
I was just going to say it's interesting that you're giving your parents the kind of respect you should be giving everybody else.
Saint Pepper left the call by now. This is another person, I think. Well, I'm stupid.
Here.
Either way, your actions are improper, but continue, Pepper.
No, that's all I wanted to say, really. Also, just wondering,
God, what is with this microphone?
why I don't know how to say it, but why did you give Jenny this when he was 17? This 9
Lio, look away. I've been way too nice this stream.
paragraph essay, college type shit about
Oh, and bye, Sasha. Thanks for stopping by.
your little fox drama, the little fox drama that we were just talking about. When they were 17,
Hello, I'm still sure I could have handled this better. Bruh, so far I would have already lost my mind with this idiot. So, I think well, it did, you know. God, this is gay. But so far, I feel like you did really well.
It's valid criticism indeed.
I don't.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Ah, a valid criticism. Oh, God.
Don't recall that being directed towards you. If you are
I'm asking
looking,
why.
hold on. If
It
you
gets worse.
are looking at the chat instead of directing your attention to the person speaking to you, I am about to become unhinged on you. Do you want?
Another one of those. Oh, what are they saying in chat? You're in a call, my dude. You're in a call where they talk about what you did, and God.
Understand me, Michael.
Yes,
Then pay attention to Pepper before I.
You will hear angry Lio growling later. You've been what? Well, now I'm just excited.
Snatch you up by what little sense you have and shake you. Continue, Pepper.
Yes or no question. Why did you do that? Why did you give that 9-paragraph essay to Jenny when they were 17?
I wish I could understand Pepper.
I just thought, by talking it out, it would help. I didn't.
Guys, I just wanted to talk it out. Fuck you. This is just so fucked up, man. Why do you want to talk it out with minors?
The 17-year-olds? Do you have friends in your age?
Real life, yes, but I rarely talk to them nowadays.
Gee, I wonder why. Is it because your friends don't want to talk to you? Because you're a fucking menace?
I don't bring up online things.
The music is how I feel right now.
That's like what you said then. There's like so many 30-year-olds out there. I've met so many in my life, you know what I mean? They're cool. Just saying, I don't think, again, it's not smart to like just go tell minors, doing this. Because personally, I don't believe it has been 8 years since you've been doing this. Because there's no way this.
So how did he did this for 8 fucking years? It's still so fucking crazy for me. Like, why? And also, why did he just do this to anyone? Or it's just putting this kind of stress on minor is just disgusting.
Major issue for 8 years. I feel like there's more. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say.
You could build a fort with these paragraphs.
I will say that is very common. The distribution between other people's messages and his are drastic. No, Zenny is if these screenshots, yeah, he would have been 17 because he's a year younger than I am.
I have a question for the adults in the chat, and I want you to press 3 if it is. Has Michael ever trauma dumped on you? As adults. I want a 3 in the chat, please.
This would have been really awkward if now everyone pressed 3 or if no one pressed 3.
3.
Well, there's at least that good news is that you don't just target children.
Yay.
Because I would have become 12 different types of unglued if it was just children. Go ahead, Ellie.
Can I lie in type 3 bubonic? No. I was really just going around telling everyone his problems, huh? It's like, aren't you happy I'm alive? No.
I was gonna say he never did those hugs and suicide baiting in my DMs.
Oh, no hugs for them.
Okay. Those of you who are...
I remember none of that ever happened.
Those of you who are adults, how many of you has he hugged in DMs? Hit a 4. Well, there's a couple of adults he's hugged.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's try this. Possibly, how many of you were minors that he hugged? Hit 5.
This is now becoming the public trial. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me it's more than adults. Please don't tell me it's more than the adults.
This is embarrassing. You know, I often joke that, like, kids need hugs, head pats, and chocolate milk, but you're not supposed to actually hug them through the internet. What's wrong with you?
So I will assume there were minors that were like, yeah, virtual hugs. Fuck me. The music is killing me. Yes. It always pipes out at the most convenient or inconvenient moments.
Like, seriously, what is wrong with you? Let's bring the next person on. Thank you for speaking, Pepper.
That would be Donnie. There you go. You should be able to talk.
Hello. Can I be heard?
Yep, you can. You're good.
Okay.
Sean, please mute.
So, thing is
No.
that it was briefly mentioned earlier by Horace, who I call Georgie. He said that I can vouch about why you were kicked from Fox.
Yeah. You will get your praises, Sane. Shut up. You know what? There you go. Such a good boy. God damn it.
But the reason for
You
that
paid attention once.
is because it involved me. Because I was, I don't have the screenshots because it was in Skype, and Skype is stupid and deleted my logs. But, basically while I was 17, put me under pressure to help him, and he was snapping at me.
What?
Regarding his ideations.
Why did you just tell every child, I'm suicidal, please be my therapist, bro? Bro lived and made it everyone's problems.
And I had a really bad meltdown in a call.
I said before, it's already gross doing this to adults. But doing that to kids is a whole nother level of fucked up.
And that was the final straw of Horace's decision to kick him. And it did affect me for a time, because of how bad I melted down. I think it would affect me more if I didn't have more stuff going on at the time. But
yeah, that's sure that this affects people for quite some time.
Not take into account not only was I a minor at the time, but also I have always been open about this. I have been officially diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder because of a near-death experience.
And then you have this fucktard being like, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm suicidal. Bruh.
Do you remember that, Schomer?
I remember.
Okay, so if you remember why you were kicked, why are you surprised when people don't want anything to do with
I've seen Falgi, I've seen.
You if they saw my meltdown? I know you might bring up that I had accepted your apology later on, but I've come to realize that you later on, trying to convince me to ask Fox to let you go back in to talk to.
God. This person is older than me. This person is a year older than me. Can you tell Fox to let me back in? They were mean to me. Fuck off.
To them, it feels like
I've had a lot of near-death experience. I am the traumatic event. You have become the traumatic event yourself.
in hindsight that you apologized to me to get back in people's good graces, and not because you were genuinely sorry for causing a meltdown.
The music always in the pauses. God damn it.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
I was generally sorry.
You were? Were you? Did you learn with 33 this is not okay?
I am.
Yes.
She kept doing it.
Okay, my other question. If you are sorry now, and you were sorry back then, why is that a common detail for you to leave out when you're talking to people about the Fox situation?
Because that is a very inconvenient detail for a story.
Because I know you might have claimed that you were affected but so was I. Like, and you were continuing that behavior to other people. I was 17. I had recently turned 17 when that happened. I am 24 now, and I have my own place. And I'm also on the spectrum, so that doesn't excuse it either. Do you have any words? Genuinely?
No.
People showing off how they have a real life in comparison to him.
I got
It's
speechless.
so based.
Okay.
Hey, so Lio, what is that? Lio, what is that? What the fuck? Brr.
Seems to be a first.
I also want to point out that in the screenshots that were sent earlier about him describing situations, because that seems to be one of the few times he brought up what he did with me to get him kicked, he mentioned, attempted to mention my legal name for no reason because I am trans, but he didn't even spell my legal name right.
It's what I survived. Bro, he's indestructible. I have DM proof that Lio Convoy is indestructible.
Why did you want to use it?
And like, I don't know why you felt.
I want an answer to that. So Michael, unmute. Explain to me why you felt the need to use a trans person's dead name.
I don't know.
Don't tell me you don't know on
Oh
this
my god, if I hear I don't know one more time. What is it with these people that are like, I don't know. I don't know. Stuff happened.
one, buddy. I've given you enough on that.
Is it because you thought Zenny wouldn't know who I was if you didn't say it? Because number one, you didn't even spell it right, and number
Listen, if I just give people nicknames, then no one will know I talk about them. And then using the dead name on top of that, yeah.
two, my username had
I don't know.
already changed the denomination, and I was out as trans for 2 years at that point. Like, that was at the point where people I had first met only knew me by Donnie and not by my legal name.
Well?
There was obviously a reason why you did it when you did it.
The silence.
Yeah, there was a reason why back then, but
I'm listening.
There was a reason, you know, but I don't know.
don't remember.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, there was a reason, but I don't remember. Fuck yourself sideways. Fucking god. I will go insane. I'm going to trash talk about Falgi in secret. I will call him. Oh no. Oh no.
of course you don't
Okay.
remember.
It was 2018.
Eh,
However,
Have fun, Lio.
even then, I want to say, if I was already out for 2 years, and I had already been known as Donimation for that long, and Zenny probably hadn't joined the SCC yet.
I ordered, and yes, it's a Gundam.
I don't understand why you thought that was important. Like, what were you feeling about that? Like, what was going through your head? Like, in terms of how you felt when bringing me up?
It's going to get so much worse. How? How? Sorry if it's out of pocket, but this genuinely pisses me off so much. Nah, that's not out of pocket.
Sorry, just You know,
You know, God. Speak!
Just what?
What were you feeling when you decided to drop Donnie's dead name? Is a very easy question.
I thought I was going by name at the time.
That's not. What was that?
It was 2018.
That's not it, buddy. Try again.
I was out. I had periods where I am okay with being called by my legal name. However, that wasn't a time. I hadn't done that until 2021. The screenshots were in 2018. I was trans in November 25th, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Okay. Why do you not have words when I'm speaking?
I just got nothing, you know.
It's borderline grooming. Falgi is going to blow a gasket. I hate it here. I hate it here.
You have
got
to have
nothing for me.
known how you were feeling at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
So what were
nothing.
you feeling at the time?
Please tell me, how were you feeling?
I'm sorry.
Sorry is not an answer to the question you were asked.
Guys, if I say sorry, you won't ask me anymore, right? I already said sorry. God. May you eat so much grass that it's getting hard to breathe.
And I'm getting... Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and detail a problem I've had with literally every single one of you dorks that comes in here and causes trouble in this community.
Let's go.
Every single blasted one of you really likes to shut your mouth or get belligerent when it's an AFAB person talking to you. You sure don't like showing them respect. You'll show it to me, all about piss your...
Listen, those females. They are scared of them and disrespect them at the same time.
yourself when I talk to you, but God forbid an AFAB opens their mouth to you and asks you questions that you should be able to answer, then suddenly either you're belligerent or you goons are always quiet. So that stops now with you. I'm sure I'll deal with it a billion other times, but
yeah.
I highly recommend you start showing these people the same amount of respect you attempt to show me here, because, newsflash, I'm not on your side.
Yes.
I know you're not.
Then I recommend you get...
God, I love the difference of energy. I know you're not.
some survival instinct. Start answering questions properly. I got nothing is not an answer for this. Because here's what I think. Here's my game theory since Matt Pat's retiring. One thing I do know about terminally online clowns like you, and let's make no mistake, that's exactly what you are. Because I'm gonna guess. Michael Schomer,
the threatening music in the background.
real name, isn't it?
Yes.
You see, one thing I know about people like you is that you take a little bit out of the book of demonology to where you think giving out somebody's real name is a power.
Oh, we're getting out the demonology. Yes, finally. You know their name. They have the power.
Or move. Even more so when it's a trans person. That's why you did it. Because you knew it would cause them discomfort, and you knew it would cause them some level of fear, having their
Is that saying that Schomer treats trans people like demons?
legal name out there like that. Do not play these games with me, because here's the kicker. I use those tactics too. I just don't use them on trans people. I use them on scumbags like you. I know these methods, I know these tactics. That's why I know you're lying out of the other side of your face when you tell me you don't know why.
Cybersmith. No, not Cybersmith. Don't type his name. It's a word of power.
Now tell me if I'm wrong. I'm all ears.
Sorry. Just screen rent blank.
I don't care about the screen. You can hear me. Talk.
Speak, demon.
Yes, I'm. It's probably true. It's probably.
Probably? You have
It's no, he just admit, yeah, you know what, probably true. You know what, you got me there. You got me there. Fuck that.
barely spoken to me this entire time, and you hurting me was the reason you got kicked out of Fox and held this grudge for nearly 8 fucking years.
Now he gets silent again.
Do you have any certainty in your life?
Oh, he's about to.
I'm very sorry for that.
No, shut it. You're about to have uncertainty in your life, because what is it I'm seeing in the chat about you venting in another channel?
It's fine, Quantum, it's fine. I hold your hand. You're safe with me, Quantum. Don't worry.
In another server, while you should have your attention focused here? I don't recall anybody asking you to
Quantum is getting crowded in Saint's closet. He's already in there all the time.
Note when you're gonna delete your Discord.
Delete your Discord, delete your internet. Throw the whole root out.
It's one I haven't used in a
Oh
long
my
time.
god, did I ask you if you used it a long time?
No one cares, my dude. No one cares.
Is that the question I asked you? Did I inquire upon you? Dear Michael Schomer, when did you use this last? No, that's not what I said. So again, amazing that you can answer when it's a man talking to you.
What are these demonic background noises right now? I think Lio really compelled the demon.
Not used to having an authoritative male breathing down your neck? Is that your dysfunction?
Based. It's based.
I don't think
Michael.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, you don't think. I know, we already concluded that.
Listening?
Yes.
What state do you live in, Michael?
Oh.
What state? Illinois.
Now I'm asking you that for a reason. Why in the name of all...
This mic is like echo, that's what you're hearing. Nah, my head, I stand with my theory, it's the demons you just compelled out of him.
That is godly am I seeing messages from you towards a 16-year-old not only requesting hugs, but wanting their real name, Michael.
Oh. Yeah, fucking gross.
First name basis.
Oh, first name basis.
Oh,
You
we're on first name basis, bruh.
need that for a kid on the internet. Well, here's the thing, Michael. My name's Thomas Guerra. I live at... Why don't you come pay me a visit?
Okay, I see now what...
I don't feel comfortable with long drives.
I'm comfortable with long drives. Otherwise, I would have loved to come over. This is not. Brother. My brother in Christ. He is bound to his place.
I promise you, you'd get the world of rest if you showed up. I promise you'd get a world of rest.
Oh my fucking god! Oh my fucking god! Hang on! We're backing the fuck up!
Oh god, the jump scare.
Thank you, Umbris! Hang on,
Alright,
we're backing the fuck up!
I'm reading these.
Yeah, I was about to say, are we about to bring up the A Child's Time anime?
Yeah!
Oh.
Feel free to tell Light
Oh, not the anime.
what Kodomo no Jigan is about. Fucking... First of all,
Well,
not surprised that Neko Shadows is, again, party to bullshit.
I was about to say, before we get into this, are we sure we don't want to tell Pepper to deafen?
Yeah, oh, yeah, Pepper, please.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna get into it until we did that. Is Light here?
You said Light?
Yeah,
Yeah, Light is in
Light's
here.
here. How old were you? Cool.
17.
Poggers.
Oh. You're not kidding, Saint.
Why?
You're a freak.
Why?
You're a freak.
Why the fuck did you ask Shadows? What the fuck were you talking about that fucking Kodomo no Jigan came up, first of all?
Kodomo
The
what?
username Kimmy Moore's Trap Brothel.
Oh! What? 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 The what, Martha? Excuse me? Excuse me?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, the convicted, are they just the convicted child predator? Or was there more to it?
I think when I looked at the police report, it only said, like, trespassing, but other tweets said that they did find child porn on his phone.
Oh.
So we're gonna have a fun little digressive story time for a minute.
This is not a fun digress.
Because I'm gonna teach you how you do this the right way. Little while back, I had someone, I don't remember, oh my god, my memory's slipping, I'm furious. In our circles, DM'd me.
I told you against what I was not prepared for the trap brothel. I hate it here. I hate it here. Persona 3 yourself.
And said, hey, a couple of the adults in the room will know what this means. A couple of DM'd me and said, hey, what does losing your ears in Loveless mean?
Oh no, I hate that I know what that means. I know what that means. That means they lost their... Yeah. I hate that I immediately know what that means.
And I said, I was like, why did you need to know that? And they're like, oh, we were talking about it. And then, or somebody else was talking about it, and I heard it secondhand, and no one will explain it to me. I said, how old are you? They, jokingly, they went, old enough? I'm like, how old are you? And
yeah,
like,
no, if someone asks you that when you are, especially when it's a server with mindset, you're like, how old are you? Why do you want to know? And if it's a minor, no. Explain the yaoi trope too. Okay, for those uninformed. In Loveless, people have cat ears. And when they lose their virginity, they lose their cat ears. You're welcome for this education.
like, I'm 16. And I said, yeah, I'll explain it to you when you're older. I was like,
too late, Saint, too late. It's been explained.
Suffice it to say, it's not appropriate. You shouldn't know about that. The joke I made was, I'll tell you when you're older. Fucking... What on earth made you think that that was alright?
I'd like to also mention that you wanted Neko Shadows to tell Light about this anime, but then immediately got real fucking eager to do it yourself.
Imagine being eager to talk about Loveless.
Did you get off on that or something? Like, what's up with that?
Ooh.
You really wanted to tell a child about a fucked up anime with that description.
Also, second...
I still have my candies because I never lose. Is that my just can't point? Yes. I'm sorry, what? How does it even work? You know what? I don't even think about it. Don't question it, okay? Don't question it.
Secondarily, thank you, Ty. How are you able to, like, pull that information out of the fucking ether, but you magically can't remember the answers to any of the questions Donnie asks you?
I don't know.
And I was the person who was most...
Excuse me, the women are speaking again. Can Lio please speak? He wants to talk to the man in the room.
I was one of the people who was most affected by what you did. You can't answer me?
So you cannot remember why you did this thing explicitly to hurt Donnie, but you can remember exactly the conversation you were having where you wanted to explain the plot of what is out-and-out child pornography to a 17-year-old kid.
And two, can I ask for financial compensation because you're removing my ability to work? No, you can't.
Let's see if I can get Schomer's tongue to loosen. Michael, can you hear me?
Sorry. Yeah.
Brother, he really just unmuted again as soon as Lio started talking. Bro, he's not even trying at this point.
I recommend you start paying attention and answer.
What's your question?
Just responding to that one server thing. I'm not in.
I just responded to one server thing. Dude, you're in the middle of a call where you get all sorts of accusations. You're like, yeah, I just needed to respond to something real quick. My brother in Christ. What is wrong with these people?
Responding!
You don't need to be anywhere!
Damn, the mic couldn't take it.
Else! You don't need to be anywhere else but here right now! What? Do you care? Do you care about what's actually happening? Do you actually have any idea of
Honestly, I don't think he is.
what you have been doing and what you have done to these children, to these people? Do you even care?
I do.
No, you don't!
I do, though. Quantum, I'm here, I'm holding you.
Because if you cared, you would be here! You would be mentally here right now! You would
Bro, mentally is in a whole other space. I'll be really...
literally... Do I need a break for you to actually listen to me?
I don't want to get into it.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, the horse you came in on! Dude! Brother, into the fucking Colosseum with you. I don't really want to get into right now.
I don't want to get into it.
I don't give a shit!
Then why are you there?
Hey, Junior, I recommend you get into it.
Is that what I need, Schomes? Do I need a dick for you? To actually fucking
Yes.
give a shit about what any of us are saying? Is that what we need? Do we need a dick for you to fucking care? Or do we need to be under the age of 18 for us to get the time of day from you?
You
Is my
freak!
voice too marshmallow for you?
You're a fucking freak, Schomes. Holy fucking shit! I'm so sorry for all of the people here. Not only because they are victims of your degeneracy,
You gotta admire how self-centered he's capable of being. Yeah, it's really mind-boggling.
but because you don't even give a rat's ass about what
He is like, I'm sorry, I really care about that, but I don't want to get into it right now. You know, kinda busy. Fuck. Brother.
any of these people have to fucking say to you. And I have been emotional most of the day, so I apologize if I start fucking crying. But I cannot
What the hell is this? Hell.
believe you, Schomes. You know how this community is. You know what we accept and what we don't accept. You've known this for literally years, and you don't care. You can sit here and tell us you care all you want, but you're not even here.
Listen, if I just say I care every 10 minutes, people will believe me that I care. Bro.
You're not even in this conversation. You don't want to be in this conversation, it's obvious. But the least you can do is if you actually want to be responsible for once in your miserable life, you will listen to these people. You will answer what these people have to say. You will be here. Do I make myself fucking clear, Michael Schomer?
Yes.
Brother! Yeah. Yes. Loud and clear.
Now answer these people's questions. I'm so sorry for yelling. For the people here, not for you, but I am sorry for people who for me yelling.
I can't hold it against you, Ellie.
Personal stuff.
Do you know why I'm asking you this, Michael?
Wait, what was that? Personal.
Do you know why I'm asking you this, Michael?
Too far, too far. God damn it. God damn it. Pro streamer, pro streamer.
Yelling.
I can't hold it against you, Ellie.
Personal question asked. Also, no need to apologize. Scream it out.
Do you know why I'm asking you this, Michael?
No.
Then let me spell it out for you. Since I guess, you know, anybody who is AFAB apparently isn't worth your actual time to answer. It's because you lied to me, Michael. I asked you if you had any sort of conversations with children that veer into sexual, and here you are recommending an anime.
Wow, you wasn't lying when you said it gets worse, huh?
Anime where a 9-year-old is hot for their teacher.
What? What?
You're into sexual, and here you are recommending an anime where a 9-year-old is hot for their teacher. What does that communicate to you, big boy? I warned you. I warned you, stupid.
Pardon me, excuse me.
So I recommend you loose your tongue very quickly. Do not test me.
Can you please repeat the question?
Can you please repeat the question, brother? He's loud and clear.
Okay.
I muted my speakers. That's why I didn't hear any.
I muted my speakers. Oh, what an unfortunate moment to mute my speakers.
All right. We'll wind it back a little bit. We'll start from the top.
No, Lio needs to be talking. His ears can't catch the higher frequencies.
You couldn't remember. You couldn't remember why you decided to power play a trans person with their dead name, but you could remember exactly the context of the
I'm sorry, Embre, but you're better not knowing. Better not knowing.
conversation where you brought up child porn to a minor.
See, his ears couldn't catch the frequency, bruh.
So I want to know, so what I want to know is why on God's green earth you thought it was a good idea to bring this up to a kid.
Listen, I just watch it for the story. Oh wait, that doesn't help in this case. Oops.
I shouldn't have done it.
That is not
I shouldn't have done it, guys. I did an oopsie.
what
Not
I
the
asked.
question.
No shit, you shouldn't have. Sky's blue, water's wet. You shouldn't have done that at all. We all know that part. That part's the clearest answer. I want to know why. I want to know what made you think that that was a good idea.
I don't know.
I thought it'd be funny, like,
Haha! I thought it would be funny, you know? Haha, teehee. It's just a joke, guys. Wasn't it funny? Oh. Take a flight without a plane.
or not so much funny, but,
Oh,
you know,
not so much funny. Oh, oops.
like seeing people's reaction to his videos.
I just like seeing people's reactions, you know? Haha. Ew. Gross, 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 gross.
And that was the one thing that kept, you know, getting mentioned.
Whose videos?
This I've thought of dealing with also on a daily basis for 5 years. You're a stronger man than I am. Is it fair for me to say hentai animes are obvious pedo bait? Pretty much most of them. I will say. I wouldn't know.
Gotta imagine Kikimura's, right?
Yes. I don't.
So,
Well,
what's your fascination with Kikimura here?
I just kept an eye on him, you know, prior to the incarceration.
I just kept an eye on him. It makes the brain of blood pressure. Or just seeing it from the outside makes my brain mush.
So let me get this straight, because I'm a little confused. This is not a bit or a setup. Genuinely a little confused. So Kikimura is the person in question.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
The convicted, literally convicted of holding. Okay, thank you. So, is what Light is telling me correct? You tried to get Light as a child to cover a convicted sex offender.
This is also hey kid. You know what you should do? Cover this convicted sex offender. Like, how smooth brain are you to even think of that?
That seems accurate, yes.
I don't care what it seems. Is that what you did?
Yes.
Okay. So, not only did you talk about sexually inappropriate material with a child, not only did you trauma dump on literal children, not only did you foist your ideation specifically on literal children, you are going to sit here and tell me that you attempted to put a child in the sights of a convicted sex offender.
Guys, I didn't think about it. I thought it would be funny. God, this. How are these people real?
May I? real quick?
You absolutely may.
Does Haley know of this stuff?
Oh, that's a really good question. Does she know about all this?
It's a quick yes or no, Schomes.
I don't think she does.
You don't
she
think?
knows it
Think
anymore,
You generally don't think.
She does.
but not the fracture light thing.
So she doesn't. She doesn't know. You haven't told her. Can you never answer something with like a yes or no? You have to be like wishy-washy about
No, he can't. No, he can't.
it. Is there anything like actually concrete in your life? Can you ever have a concrete answer for anything? I don't like saying this because I do not like to participate in toxic masculinity.
Oh.
But how about you be a man for once and actually answer with a definitive answer?
That's a lot of asked for this mush brain.
Is that hard for you?
You must solve his riddles of 3. Feels like it at this point.
Is a yes or no answer out of your vocabulary reach?
No.
Ah! He did it! He did it!
Then answer with a definitive answer. Does Azumanga die in 301? No! You have been inappropriate like this with literal children.
No.
She should.
She should be made aware of this. Is she on right now?
I don't think so.
She seems to never be on nowadays.
Probably for the better.
Because I really would love to have a conversation with her. And I would love to hear it out of your mouth.
So, you were kicked out.
Lio, you really need the Discord overlay so people know who's talking.
Fox. And told why what you did was wrong.
The call ultimately ended with Michael's mother crashing it and denying any wrongdoing on behalf of her son.
What? 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 The mom came in and was like, nah, my son is a perfect angel.
He has confessed to us.
Yeah, guys, I know, but doodles ain't the topic here.
This evening that he has intentionally tried to put a child in contact with a convicted sex offender.
Yes, his mom. My son could never. My son would never. Who are these mean adults talking to my son?
And that he has been exposing children to child pornography.
I have not.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
That's not true.
No, it's not. And you know
admitted to
what?
it.
You're just being mean.
Was that the mom? Was that the mom? You're just being mean to my poor son of an angel.
No,
He
it's
just-
not.
he
And you know
admitted to
what?
it.
You're just being mean.
Sounds familiar if you ask me. Ever since that happened with me in 2024, Michael has been running around acting like that means he gets to continue on without question. It took me a
That's it, Michael. Okay, it sounded like a woman.
bit to find this call again, but I think what is heard absolutely ruins
You're just being mean, guys.
the possibility of that being an option for him anymore. Michael, much like Jar, liked to hide behind his autism as an excuse. For him, it was an excuse as to why he would get so inappropriately vulnerable regarding his mental health struggles, whether that be with children or people who simply didn't know him well enough for him to be trauma dumping on
I'm
them.
sorry, but if you're this disabled that you don't know that it's wrong to talk to children this way, then don't get on the internet. You know, get one of those children tablets that you can only watch videos on from Amazon or something, but you can't download any chat apps.
If this, as an action, is something he chooses to blame on his autism and the notion that he simply can't help himself or doesn't have enough sense to do so, then he needs to recognize that he cannot be in spaces where children are present, or anyone who may be negatively mentally affected by the topics he brings up to them, unprompted. And while autism can be a struggle when it comes to many things, it does not excuse willfully made, morally repugnant decisions. Michael needs to stay gone.
Yes.
I've still got work to do. More videos about more weirdos and dangerous people. I'll probably
Yay.
interlace them with lighter videos for my own sanity's sake. Please stay safe, and try to protect the vulnerable people in your spaces. Take care.
Please make a toy review next for Brain Bleach. Yeah, that was the Schomer call. That was a rough one. That was a rough one. That one was really rough. I'm not gonna lie. So insane, oh my god, yes. So with that one, it's it's 1 AM again, once again. I really need to get back into the habit to start earlier. Jesus, pain and agony. So you guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, the usual YouTube stuff. And I will see you on the next one. Have a good night, good evening, whatever time it is for you. Bye-bye!